Welcome to Professor.com's guide to quaint and charming villages. I'm Rick Chambers, and it's my pleasure to take you to some of the loveliest little corners of the world. This segment deals with the gold standard for quaintness, though, one of the few places in the world which really comes close to our mind's eye picture of fairy tale landscapes. We're talking about the Cotswolds in England. This region of central England, only a couple of hours' drive west of London, consists of lovely green rolling hills and equally lovely gold villages which grace them. Why are they gold, you might ask? Well, because the houses and the churches are constructed of the same mellow gold limestone from those natural hills. Designated an area of outstanding natural beauty back in 1996, this 787 square mile region is centered in Gloucestershire, but extends into the surrounding regions, and is easily visited on a trip which also includes nearby landmarks like Oxford, Stratford-upon-Avon, and Stonehenge. Here you're going to find picturesque churches and stone towers dotting a landscape where the horses still graze among the buttercups, and sheep wander beneath a sky that's just studded with clouds. This sort of place where Winnie the Pooh would have dozed happily by the stone wall while the bees buzzed contentedly around his head. There are numerous villages here, most of which somehow have just been bypassed by the hurry and the bustle of the modern world. Many are also graced with whimsical sounding names which are a pleasant sound to pass over the tongue. Things like Burton on the Water, Stow in the Wold. And among the most celebrated, Chipping Campden, a market town dating back 7 centuries. Once a wool trading center, now a tourist town. The fleece is found largely in the cashmere sweaters that are worn by the well-bred tourists who stop by to see this famous market hall dating back to 17th century. The Church of St. James, maybe, and to enjoy the museums and the arts and crafts. Chipping Campden was a center for the famous arts and crafts movement, in fact. Even in the early 20th century, this place was famous for just being quaint. Now, there's no time of year better to experience the special aura of Chipping Campden than in the late spring, when it hosts a rural tradition dating back 400 years. Held on a hill above Chipping Campden with a view out over the Vale of Evesham, this is an open-air event held on the Friday after spring break holiday, which is usually sometime in early June. Now here, you can watch torchlight processions, you can see maypole and country dancing, and fancy dress events as well, all with that medieval flavor. And it's all good fun, but don't try the infamous competition in shin kicking, which the organizers describe thusly as contestants holding onto each other by the shoulder, trying to kick the shins and bring their opponent to the ground. A stickler, which is the ancient name for one of the judges, makes sure that the shins are hit before the fall can count. Our kickers, though, they do wear traditional white smocks associated with shepherds, and they're allowed to protect their shins with straw. For the curious, a video of the shin kicking competition may actually be viewed on the game's official website at olympicgames.co.uk. As delightful as you're going to find Chipping Campden, its traditions, its pubs, its tea houses, it doesn't all stop there. For the Cotswolds, a treasury of other charming villages with names like, as I mentioned above, Burton on the Water, Stow in the Wold, not to mention Upper and Lower Slaughter, Morton in the Marsh, and Broadway, home to luminaries from Sir Edward Elgar to J.M. Barrie, the author of Peter Pan. Here you can shop for antiques and stay at the famed Legon Arms Hotel, which is a 16th century country inn. Broadway may be overrun by tourists though, and it's one of the least peaceful villages in the Cotswold, but it makes a convenient base for the most quaint and charming region perhaps in the entire world.